Djibouti, a small country on the Horn of Africa, often overlooked on the world map. Sounds like a made-up place, right? Like something out of a child's imagination. Like something a kid would yell during a game of pretend. "I'm going to Djibouti," they might shout, as they run around the yard. It's next to, imagination land? But here's the twist. Djibouti is very real. Nestled between Eritrea, Ethiopia, and Somalia, it's a country with a rich tapestry of history. And it's got more history packed into its tiny borders than you can shake a stick at, from ancient civilizations to modern-day strategic importance, which you probably shouldn't do because, cultural sensitivity. Djibouti is a melting pot of cultures and traditions. We're talking about a country that's basically a historical highlight reel. Ancient empires? Check. The land has seen the rise and fall of many great civilizations. Colonial power struggles? Oh yeah, they had front-row seats for that. The French, the British, and the Italians all left their marks here. Strategic importance in the modern world? You bet. Djibouti's location makes it a key player in global maritime trade and military strategy. All crammed into a space roughly the size of New Jersey, but don't let its size fool you. And unlike New Jersey, Djibouti doesn't have Snooki. So, advantage, Djibouti. With its unique blend of history, culture, and strategic importance, Djibouti is a tiny package with a whole lot of history. Let's rewind the clock, way back. Like prehistoric humans hanging out with giant sloths back. We don't have time to go through every single era. This is a comedy show, not a Ken Burns documentary. But let's just say the area that's now Djibouti has seen some things. We're talking ancient trade routes, nomadic tribes, kingdoms rising and falling like it's going out of style. Think camels. Lots of camels. Djibouti was basically camel central for centuries. And frankly, camels are way cooler than horses. They can survive in the desert without water for days. Try that with a horse, see what happens. Fast forward a few centuries, sorry history buffs, and we've got ourselves a good old-fashioned colonial scramble. Everyone wants a piece of the action, but France ends up calling the shots in Djibouti. They show up with their baguettes, their bureaucracy, and their unshakable belief that everyone secretly wishes they were French. Spoiler alert, they weren't entirely wrong. Baguettes are delicious. So, Djibouti became French Somaliland. Catchy, right? It was basically a strategic outpost for France, a way to control the shipping lanes and project their influence in the region. And you know what happens when a big, powerful country sets up shop in a smaller one? Yeah, things get complicated. Section 4, Freedom, now what? Fast forward again to the 1960s, the era of bell-bottoms, disco, and a whole lot of countries saying see ya later to their colonial overlords. Djibouti was no exception. In 1977, after years of struggle and negotiation, they finally got their independence. Cue the confetti. But here's the thing about independence. It's great and all, but then you've got to figure out what to do with it. It's like winning the lottery, but instead of a giant check, you get a country. Suddenly you're in charge of things like education, healthcare, and national defense. No pressure, right? Section 5, location, 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 it's all about the sea. Turns out, Djibouti's got one major thing going for it, location, location, location. Nestled in the Horn of Africa, this small but mighty nation has a prime spot on the map that makes it incredibly significant on the global stage. It's perched right on the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, which is a fancy way of saying it's sitting on one of the busiest shipping lanes in the world. This narrow passage is a critical choke point that connects the Red Sea to the Gulf of Aden and the Indian Ocean beyond. Think of it like the Suez Canal's cooler, younger sibling. While the Suez Canal might get all the headlines, the Bab el-Mandeb Strait is just as crucial for global trade, if not more so. Everyone wants to be friends with Djibouti because of where it's situated. Its ports are bustling with activity, serving as a gateway for goods traveling between Europe, Asia, and Africa. This strategic location has turned Djibouti into a hub for international trade and military bases. The country's ports are not just commercial hotspots but also serve as key military outposts. The US, China, France, they've all got bases there. These military installations are not just for show, they play a vital role in regional security and global military strategy. It's like a geopolitical block party, and everyone's invited, except maybe Eritrea because, well, they haven't RSVP'd in a while. Djibouti's unique position makes it a focal point for international diplomacy and strategic alliances, shaping the dynamics of the entire region. Section 6, Fun Facts that'll make you the life of the party, or at least the water cooler. Now for the fun stuff. Whether you're at a party, a casual get-together, or just hanging out by the water cooler at work, these fun facts about Djibouti are sure to make you the center of attention. Because let's face it, history can be a bit dry, but not when you sprinkle in some quirky and fascinating tidbits. So, here are a few Djibouti-themed tidbits to impress your friends. Did you know that Djibouti is a melting pot of cultures? Djibouti is home to Lotta, the saltiest lake in the world, outside of Antarctica anyway. This lake is a geological wonder sitting at the lowest point in Africa, 155 meters below sea level. It's 10 times saltier than the ocean. The salt crystals here are so dense that they form a crusty layer on the surface, making it look like a snowy landscape in the middle of a desert. Don't even try to do a Dead Sea float there, you'll just bounce. Remember those camels? Well, they are not just for show. Djibouti has a national camel cheese festival. Yes, you heard that right. A festival dedicated to cheese made from camel milk. That's right, cheese made from camel milk. It's apparently tangy. This unique cheese is a staple in Djibouti and is celebrated with much fanfare. Want to visit an active volcano? Djibouti's got you covered. The Ardukoba volcano last erupted in 1978 and it's a popular hiking spot. Just don't wear flip-flops. The rugged terrain requires some serious footwear. And if you're a foodie, Djibouti's cuisine is a delightful mix of flavors influenced by African, French, and Arab cultures. From spicy stews to fresh seafood, there's something for everyone. The bustling markets are a sensory overload with vibrant colors, exotic spices, and friendly vendors. It's a place where you can truly experience the heart and soul of Djibouti. So, next time you're looking to impress someone with your knowledge, drop a few of these Djibouti fun facts. You'll be the life of the party, or at least the water cooler. Section 7, Djibouti small country big deal. So there you have it. Djibouti, a tiny country with a long and winding history. It's been a crossroads of cultures, a colonial outpost, and now, a key player on the global stage. It's a land of contrasts where ancient traditions meet modern challenges head-on. The next time someone mentions Djibouti, don't just picture a blank spot on the map. Picture camels, volcanoes, and a whole lot of history crammed into one tiny, fascinating package, and maybe a baguette or two, just for good measure.